Ladies and gentlemen, how you doing? Les Waller with Financial Independence Now. So today's video is going to be covering the building of a niche website specifically for bringing in traffic for affiliate marketing and also for directing traffic to my YouTube videos on my Financial Independence Now YouTube channel. It's a site that's already up. However, I am going to change the theme and build it from scratch. I'll at least get you through most of the stuff. Some of the stuff I'm not going to be able to do today, otherwise the film would just be too long. And I'll explain my thought processes as I'm doing these things. And then later on, you can tell me if you want to see more stuff or if you'd like to see more detailed stuff. And we can talk about that in the comments below. So stay tuned for all the steps to building a WordPress niche site. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a website that I built a little over 6 months ago. And so this is kind of the end result that we're looking for. It's got 23 posts on it. You can see I've got my own photographs that depict what's inside the posts themselves. In this particular case, it actually has a video as well as step-by-step instructions explaining how to fold and unfold the Brompton bike. And on the side, we've got a profile picture, a little bit of explanation of who I am, our legal info to explain that we are an Amazon affiliate and we do run affiliate marketing. I have categories. Over here, you would actually see ads, but because this is this computer that I do my editing on this site, they don't show up here. But I guarantee if you go to www.foldingbiking.com, you will see one ad on that side, maybe two at the most. And then here I've got recommended pages, which are specifically set up for being an Amazon affiliate. Of course, I've got a photo to begin with, and I write these out with different products and stuff like that here, do some descriptions and explaining about them. And we have some additional questions on the bottom. So basically, that's where we want to end up. Now, we won't end up there today, but we will have the structure built on the website that we need to build from. And what does that give us? Well, if we look at that particular site we were just looking at, you can see here we have 6 months Google Analytics, and you can see here this is starting to curve up here. Hopefully that's not just an anomaly. If we look over here again, you can see how it's pretty flat, and it's starting to curve up. They call it the hockey stick effect. I'm hoping that that's what this is and not just a false positive. And here, if we go through Google Search Console for the same thing, same website, here opened it up in September, and you can see it's pretty flat. Starting to get some more activity, and we're starting to actually move up again. Here you can see we actually got our first ad click, actually, not a Amazon affiliate click, but our first click on an ad on the sidebar. So we earned $1.15. This $94, this is from our YouTube gaming channel. That is not related to this site. All right, this is it here. It's www.leswallerinternational.com. I had been using it for selling my ebooks. Found out today, because I was doing taxes today, that I actually earned $64 selling ebooks in 2018. So here are the books that I have: Managing Teams, Mentoring, and then this is actually a paperback book that I published. I didn't write it. These I did write. Tip for you today. Here's your first tip. If you've gone to college and you've done papers and turned them into assignments, you can convert those into ebooks, right? So the first thing you need to do building the niche site is you're going to need to choose a topic. You're not going to want too broad of a topic like cars, because that would just be too vague and too overly searched. So you may want to go into you want to niche it down, so you could go sports cars, but even with sports cars, maybe you want to narrow it down even more. Maybe you want to narrow it down to a specific type of car. Maybe you want to narrow it down to Ferrari. So the smaller niche that you have, the better chance you have of ranking higher in Google search. In my case, the topic I have is making money online from home. And once you've got a topic, the next thing you're going to need to do is choose a domain. Now, I've already got a domain, leswallerinternational.com, but when you're choosing a domain, there's several options. One of the easiest options you can choose from is like your first and last name combined. So, for example, I've also got a domain, leswaller.com. More likely that it's not going to be chosen or picked by somebody else. And one of the easiest ways to choose a domain once you start thinking about it is you're going to need to pick a hosting company. So a couple of the hosting companies that are popular these days are Bluehost, HostGator, and of course there are others as well. So there is going to be a link to Bluehost and HostGator both down in the description below. And you're more than welcome to do a Google search on web hosting services and pick your own hosting service for your website. So once you've picked your hosting site and you've gone in and you signed in, then they're going to have a place for you to choose your domain normally. And so you'll have to run through there, put in your domain names that you're going to try to do. If it's already been taken, then you may want to try and do a modification of the name. So as an example, leswaller.com is already taken by me. So I made one also then leswallerinternational.com. A little long in letters, but it's still unique and it still ties to my brand, which is my name. The other thing you're going to make sure you're going to want to do a .com, because that's still respected and more valid than having one of the other names. Not to say you can't have a .net or a .co or a .biz or something like that, but industry standard, people respect the .com over the others. The next thing you're going to need to do after that, then you've got your domain and you're working on your hosting service, is to follow their instructions to install WordPress. It's a free software, if you will, or a free plugin that allows you to make web pages relatively easily. Let's go ahead and go to themes. As a side note, we're not talking about going to WordPress.com and making a website there, because you're going to be running an affiliate niche website. You want to have full control of your web page. If you go to WordPress.com, you will not have full control of your web page, what you can put on it and what you can't. You'll be restricted by what you can put on there by their policies and stuff like that. Sometimes you're just going to have to pay or invest to do the things that you want to do, and this is one of those times. Another side note, you're going to want to make sure that you also install SSL shortly after you open your site. See what you need to do on your hosting service to make sure you're running SSL. You're going to want to run HTTPS as opposed to HTTP. It's more secure and it's better ranked in Google than an HTTP site. Activate the Texas theme, the free theme that we're using on the other sites. So, and since I'm trying to emphasize doing this with spending as little as possible, let's go ahead and do that. Let's activate the Texas theme, which should deactivate the theme I'm using. There we go. Well, at least this tells me what we got. Okay, so this is what we actually are working with here. All right, we've got the theme there, so the next step is to install plugins that we want to use. So we'll do that next. So let's go to plugins. Now, some of these we've already, matter of fact, some of these are already here that we need, but we'll go through them anyway. We want Short Pixel by Short Pixel. You can see here we've already got it. It's activated. Google Analytics for WordPress by Monster Insights. See, we've already got that here. It's activated. Anti-Spam by Web Vitally. See, we've got that here. And it's activated. All-in-One SEO Pack by Michael Torbert. All-in-One SEO Pack, Michael Torbert. It's activated. Alrighty, so we want to go to Settings, General. Make sure we have our site name in, Leswaller International. Tagline, for now, showing how to make money online from home. Set time zone, date time format. We are Probably the easiest way is to mark this for Berlin. For our post, we don't actually want to have dates, so we'll go custom and leave that blank. That way, if someone comes to the site, it's not evident if we haven't posted in a long time that it hasn't been active. We'll save changes. Next, we will go in and go to privacy. We're going to go ahead and create a new page. So this is their default privacy page, but I've already got a page from prior website buildings. So I'm going to copy and paste from one of those. This is the visual. I want to go to the text version. See if I can do a Control A. Yes, Control A copies everything, and then Control C or Command A, Command C to copy. Come back over to Les Walder International, go to text, do a Control A, and then a Control V to paste. This will have no parent because this will be a standalone page. Publish it. Now we'll go to settings, permalinks. We want the post name. So you wanted a name, you don't want the date or archive or P. You want an actual post name. Settings, reading. So some of these are already set up this way because we've had this page open before and being used. However, we'll cover these bases because if you're starting from scratch, it's probably not this way by default. So reading, we want to make sure that we have search engine visibility. We want this to be unchecked because this says discourage search engine from indexing the site. We want this site to be indexed. We want it to be found. It says set up my Google Analytics and Google Search Console. If you make a change, make sure you save that settings before you move to another page. All right, so we've gone through themes, plugins, and settings briefly. That next comes to search engine optimization, search analysis. So as you want to come up with at least a list of 30 different things that you want to write on for your niche. So a little search analysis is in order. So let's say mine is, as an example, we want to make money online. So a good Chrome extension to have is related keywords. So you can see here I click on make money online and did a return, and here it will show you the number of times these different phrases are searched per month, and it'll also show you the cost for the ads for those different search phrases here. And same with here on here, you got the related keywords to that, and then other words that people search on based on those as well. So you could, as a start, you could look at what you've got here, and you could start making a list of the articles that you want to write. How to make online, how to make money online for beginners, online for free, online with Google, without paying anything, or free or the same. So those would be kind of tied together. And maybe you want to how to make online with surveys. That gives us like 4 or 5 different articles right there, and then we can come over here and look over here, and we can find there's still a lot more. And you got to think too, there's also words that are related to make money online. Maybe I want to, what if I do make money from home? So here you got how to make money from home as a kid. That's another article. It's related. How to earn money from home without any investment. Creative ways to make money. Come down here. Passive income apps. How to make money quick in one day. So it wouldn't be that difficult or take too long to come up with 30 different articles that you could write on. Plus you could even go and do a Google search on YouTube to see what are the most popular YouTube videos for something along these lines as well. Or here you go, top ways to make money online and offline. You could go to these top 10 sites or 40 ways to make money, and you could do an article on each of those. All you need to do is come up with 30 of those, and you've got your list of articles that you need for your SEO, because everything is going to reinforce what this page, this website is all about. And by having so many search terms in these articles related to the same thing, it will help to rank your site on Google. That brings us to legal content. We want to make sure that people are well aware, and it's very upfront, that we are an affiliate site and we rely on affiliate marketing to earn our income. There's nothing hidden. It must be completely transparent with what we're doing. Appearance, widgets, it is going to be here. Text, legal info. visual, text. Let's go to text, copy, Control C. And that's just a text post. So we come over here and we look for text. Bring this over to the side. Title it Legal Info. Control V. Look at the visual. Make sure we're still okay. And this disclaimer comes from Amazon. So make sure if you want it, you just go to Amazon and they actually have the what exactly you're supposed to use for your legal info. Save it. If we visit our bare bones site, you see we have our legal info here on the side. Next up, framework. So here's the idea with the framework for one of your posts. You want to start with a photo. You want to start with a question. For example here, it's why buy a folding bike? Kind of give a little introduction, get people interested in why did you buy it? In this case, why did I buy a folding bike? So I gave my circumstances, and then I followed that up with questions and answers, and then I ended with some related questions that deal with that in a Q&A format. And I also link here to can I take a folding bike on a bus? Since I covered folding bikes and transportation, I've linked to one of my pages within this website. So basically you're going to want to have an intro here to get someone interested in reading the article. What's the little story behind it? And then one way of doing this, like I say, is ask and answer questions that they may have related to this particular topic, and then some related questions in the end. And all this helps with the SEO because it's all related to this one subject, how to take folding bikes on buses. Here again, we start with a photo, and I give a little background as to me being on buses and stuff like that. And then my article in this particular case, we cover the European Union, we cover the UK, the US, Japan. We do a summary that answers a question again, and then we've got a related question as well. The next step you're going to consider is to market your site. Now, there's no real reason to market your site. If you've only got one article up, there's no real reason to market your site yet. I would recommend to get at least 6 posts written before you worry about marketing your site, because if somebody comes to your site and there's only one post, it's like, they're not going to spend very much time there. But if you've actually showed that you've gotten some work in there and there's actually some information in there, more than 1 or 2 posts, they might stick around and take a look at some of your other posts and stuff like that. So you're going to want to have at least a minimum of 6 posts before you start marketing. And you can use all of these social media platforms to market your site for free. You got Pinterest, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and there are others, of course. Now, YouTube, you can see one of the things I did is I tied the two together. So like you saw, I had the video on how to fold and unfold a Brompton bike. So that's on my YouTube channel, and that YouTube channel, of course, in the description and in the video itself points to the web page, and vice versa. Instagram and Twitter, there again, you're using the photos and stuff that you've taken, and you're letting people know. Maybe you're asking a question. Well, how do you do this? Or, hey, I've answered this question on my post in my web page. If you only have the one website, well, then each of these in your bio can have a link to your website so that people look at your Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and stuff like that, and it directs them to your web page. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so in a nutshell, that pretty much covers all those topics to get your website up and going, at least far enough so that you can start writing posts so that you can get some traffic there. It's going to take a good 6 to 9 months to really get traffic to start moving, as you can see in my earlier part of the video where you saw it going like this and then going up like this. That's 6 months ago that I started building that web page. So even you've only got 6 posts on your web page, you really need to knock out 20 to 30 posts, 1,500 to 5,000 words per post, and it's still going to take 6 to 9 months for you to start getting traffic to that site. So get to it. Thanks again. Hit that subscribe button if you want to see more stuff. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to go into more detail into some of these areas. We can do that, and we will see you on the next video. Les Waller here. Have a good day.